I'll call the meeting to order. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's City of Tucson Planning Commission. Tonight's meeting of the City of Tucson Planning Commission. My name is Chuck Martin, and I am the chair of the Planning Commission. It's the responsibility of this body to advise the Mayor, Council, and the Planning and Development Services Department on adoption of long-range plans, policies, specific plans, and regulations that affect land use and development. Will the staff call the roll, please?
Yes, Chair Martin.
Here.
Commissioner Gast.
Here.
Commissioner Fink.
Here.
Commissioner Cassidy.
Here.
Commissioner McBride Olson.
Here.
Commissioner Pafford, absent. Commissioner Young.
Here.
Commissioner Saylor Brown.
Here.
Commissioner Willett, absent. Commissioner Ortiz-Epino.
Here.
And Commissioner Lucia.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to call the next item, item 2, approval of the legal action report for March 17th, 2021. I'll entertain a motion for approval of the legal action report.
I motion to approve.
I have a question.
Yes.
It says that in the report that the motion that was made at the last meeting was approved, but it shows the votes, five dissenting votes. It was approved, but it says 3 to 5, and then the 5 dissenting votes. Is that correct?
Hold on. I believe actually that may not be correct. We can adjust that to say that it was not approved. 3
Thank
to
you.
5.
Okay.
That was my
I recommend that change be made.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of recommending this item to Mayor and Council say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Next item is review timelines, UDC text amendment. Would the staff please provide their presentation?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Commission, Chair Martin. So item number 3 is the development review timelines. This is a review of text amendment changes to the Unified Development Code related to the review timelines to support the implementation of our new permitting system. This is a public hearing, and it is reflective of your feedback that you had presented to us back in early March. So a little bit of background on this. So the background of this text amendment, essentially, we've been working on this permitting system for a while now. Back in 2018, we contracted with a company called Tyler Technologies to build and implement a new permitting system. This new permitting system called EnerGov, we have been working on that really from 2018 to 2020. And we are looking at June 2021 to go live related to that. In developing the system and working through all of our processes as that we have, there were several items that just didn't necessarily work within the EnerGov system. One of them being this timeline change. So we are going through and making changes to our Unified Development Code and some codes in order to make sure that they work well together. So in January 5th, 2021, Mayor and Council had a study session. We provided them an update on the system, and they told us to proceed with the code amendments needed to implement the new system and improve efficiency across department coordination, which is the goal of the EnerGov system. Back in March 10th, 2021, Planning Commission held a study session to review those review timelines. At that time, you had voted 11-0 to set the item for a public hearing on April 7th, 2021. And I think there was one comment from Commissioner Saylor Brown, which we will talk a little bit about here in a second. Review timelines in the Unified Development Code. So just to kind of let you know kind of what the issue is related to this, the EnerGov permitting system being implemented has the ability to track either calendar days or business days, but it does not have the ability to track both of them. You will see in our Unified Development Code that the timelines, as you've seen in all the code that we provided to you, is in both calendar days and business days, and it's spread throughout really the document. So in order to go live in June, we need to make these changes, and we're moving everything to calendar days, which would be supported by the EnerGov system. So the proposed amendments that you have in front of you, we are amending review process timelines to list in calendar days so that they're roughly the equivalent of what they are currently. I think we had discussed this before. Most of the time it is, you have 5, you add 2 for the weekends and that type of thing, or divide, I think it's like divide by 7, add 2, divide by 5, add 2, that type of thing for business days. And then amend definition of days so that it no longer clarifies that less than 10 days is a business day, and 10 days or more is a calendar day. So everything becomes a calendar day. As an example of kind of some of those changes that we've made related to that, so the UDC section 310.3M, it said that a notice of decision must be mailed within 3 days. That has changed to 5 days of the decision of the applicant or person received. Another one related to administrative enforcement, that was originally that it needed to be within 5 days. That became 7 days from the date that it was noticed. And then this is the one at the bottom here, are the definitions. And that's the one where we remove the sentence that basically says when a designated period of time is less than 10 days, intermediate Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays shall not be included. So those will be included moving forward. So the one change that we have made between last time when we came to you and this time, the suggestion from Commissioner Saylor Brown was to just put, next to time frame, put that all time frames are in calendar days. So we went in there and basically just added this to the thing, and then everything became days. So everything in the code is basically calendar days and just says days. So that was the change that we made from last time to now. And with that, it's a pretty simple change, procedural to allow for EnerGov to work. And staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve a motion to recommend approval of the proposed review timelines UDC text amendment to Mayor and Council. And with that, we will take any questions you may have. Thank you. Commissioner Martin, I believe your mic is muted.
I am muted. Do any of the commissioners members have any questions for staff? I guess hearing none, I'd like to open up the public hearing to members of the public who would like to speak about this item. In general, 3 to 5 minute time limit per speaker, which will be extended at the discretion of the chair. Members of the commission may ask questions of the speakers, but we do ask that each speaker be timely, and we want to make sure that those who'd like to be heard have an opportunity. I don't think we had anybody listed to speak, and I don't see anybody on the participants. Is there anybody that would like to speak to this item? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Also move.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed say nay. Hearing none, the motion passes. I'd like to open up general discussion of the commission on the proposed plan amendment. Anybody have any questions or comments? You guys are really quiet tonight.
How about a motion?
For the completion of the discussion, I'm going to open this up for motion to vote on the recommendation to review of the review timeline UDC amendment to Mayor and Council. May I have a motion?
I move that we recommend approval to the mayor and council.
Thank you, Thomas. A second.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, it sounds like the motion was passed unanimously. A favorable recommendation of the review timelines for the UDC text amendment from the Planning Commission will be sent to Mayor and Council. Thank you. The next item is item 4, staff announcements. Staff like to update us?
Yeah, the updates are virtually none this night. I just want to thank Dan and Corin for the hellish last 2 months they've been through and getting a whole bunch of projects rammed through with 2 long-range planners in a city of 500,000 people. So thank you for that. And Planning Commission, I very much appreciate the duty you perform for us and the recommendations. Your discussions were discussed yesterday at Mayor and Council while they were going through their marijuana deliberations. It took them about 25 minutes on the dais to arrive at a place they felt comfortable with. So you were heard, and they also acknowledged the difficulty in that item and the work you perform. Mark, your concerns are valid. I'd like to tell you we're going to get right to that, but you're looking at the only 2 people in Tucson that do long-range planning right now. So until I get some more humans to help out, we're going to grind through our current rule set while they're working on everything else.
Is that my concern about the fact that the decision of the zoning examiner, the only way it gets to the Mayor and Council is for someone to request that it be set? I'm not sure what concern you're talking about.
I think for a public hearing before Mayor and Council, so.
Right.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is you want to come back and take a look at Planning Commission rules and what the majority truly is and the process for getting a motion through. I think Tucson.
I have 2 concerns. There's that one, which I brought up last time, and I appreciate you looking at that. My other concern, and again, I'm not sure this may be the best time to bring it up, is when I was involved in the public hearing before the zoning examiner regarding the Sunshine Mile overlay, I was surprised, and lots of other people were surprised to find out that if we didn't request that Mayor and Council hear the case, the decision of the zoning examiner stands, which I just had no idea. I mean, in the county, the Planning and Zoning Commission makes a recommendation. Everybody knows it goes to the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, it's still.
What I'm asking is, what would be required to get Mayor and Council to initiate something to require that the zoning examiner decision is only a recommendation and that Mayor and Council needs to hear everything that goes to the zoning examiner?
Well, it's the accurate depiction there is if a hearing is not requested, it still goes to Mayor and Council as a meeting, which they still have to vote on the ordinance. Just that they're not going to take any public testimony because it's not formally a hearing. So anyone can request a hearing. Any individual can request a hearing, and then Mayor and Council will hold the formal hearing. So it still gets to them.
If it's going to be a meeting, it should be a public hearing, and it's still required. I mean, if someone like me who's experienced in this and has been on the Planning Commission was unaware of the fact that we had to request a public hearing because it would be important to have public input. If you wanted to go to Mayor and Council, you certainly want public input. That to me is kind of problematic. And that's what I'm asking to be changed, that instead of it being a meeting, that it would automatically be a public hearing. So that you're not relying on the public knowing this, because there's a really good chance that they won't. And we should have our process be as easy as possible and as logical as possible for the public at large. Because otherwise it just detracts from the credibility of the city. And we all know that the city's credibility is not really very high. So
Mark, it's
I
at
think we
an
could make it
all-time high
better.
right now.
What?
It's at an all-time high right now. I did a survey with me and my dog. We both have the greatest confidence in the city. So I know your point.
I feel a lot more confident now because I have the utmost respect for your dog, but
yeah, point well taken. And I don't have a smart answer for you right now. I will bring that up as I do my next circuit of council meetings. And I don't know what kind of responses I get, because One, if there is no interest in a hearing, why automatically have one? For example, tonight. And so it still gets to them. And usually what you see, 9 times out of 10, if people are interested but did not ask for a hearing or didn't realize they needed to, they still show up at the call of the audience and talk about the issue anyway. I will bring that up with the council offices though, and then we can see how they feel about that. And then I'll report back to you next month, because I will be doing a circuit with them this month.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate that, because what even made it more bizarre was that, and there were 2 hearings before the zoning examiner on the Sunshine Mile Overlay District, is that the zoning examiner never even mentioned that this was the process. So, but I think even if you mention it or not, somebody may not be paying attention or may not have been able to attend the hearing. It seems like, particularly on a case that encompasses 2 miles, a 2-mile corridor in north and south, as much as a half a mile, to even have it in doubt that would be heard at a public hearing is kind of mind-boggling. But I appreciate you talking with them, and that's all I'm asking for.
Okay,
So
I'll be happy to do that. I think the other thing we can do is talk to John in Reno and make sure he outlines what the options are in his opening spiel and perhaps his closing.
Yeah, that needs to be done until this is changed. So I appreciate that as well.
I can certainly ask about that. You betcha. That's all I had. We've had a long couple of months.
Yeah. Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
Next item is number 5, future agenda items. Would staff please provide the commission with a preview of upcoming events?
Yes, thank you, Chair Martin and Commission. So as of now, the one item that we anticipate coming up in the future would be the accessory dwelling units UDC text amendments. We are currently working through meetings with stakeholders, and we'll have another public meeting coming up in the next month or so. And then once we get through that, the public kind of input process, we will be bringing that to you. We do have some informational items which we do want to get to you as well. So we're hoping to bring those to you in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is call the audience. Would anyone in the audience like to speak about any item that is not on tonight's agenda? And I think that's going to be a no. Item 7 is adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
I move
moved.
we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Any
Mark can
discussion?
have it.
Oh, thank you.
All those in favor of recommending this item to Mayor and Council? Just kidding. Thank you, everybody. I know it's not a very exciting item tonight, but something that needed to get done so we can move into the 21st century with our permitting process. So,
Yay.
thank you all. Stay
All right,
safe.
thank you.
Bye-bye. See you next month.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Hi, Daniel.